think Mr. Pierce had me go last because he's hoping that the bell rings and everybody just leaves. And by the way, I saw Miss Karsh sneak in here. Nice to see you, Miss Karsh. You're late. You'll be in detention. First, I want to just tell a quick story to my teammates, and then I want to talk to the students here. And this is a true story. In the winter of 2014, it was the winter of the polar vortex. My mother was in a nursing home near Old Orchard, and I ate a lot at a restaurant up near Old Orchard, and I always ate at the counter by myself. And I was taught by my parents, don't talk to strangers, so I was eating, minding my own business. And a guy sits next to me, 16 below zero, this is a true story. He starts talking to me, and I don't want to talk to him. But he's talking, and he says, "You know, I own horses," and like I care. I own horses. And then he says, "I'm from Highland Park. I grew up in Highland Park." Now he got my attention a little bit, and then he said, "Yeah, I played on the baseball team at Highland Park." And for those of you who don't know, we beat Highland Park in the semifinal game, ending on a triple play by someone we should recognize the most here, Kenny Gillard, our second baseman. Kenny duped a player on the other team and told him he was out when he really wasn't out, and the guy was so distraught he fell off the base, and Kenny did tag him, and the umpire says, "No, you're out too." But anyway, I'm talking to this guy from Highland Park, and he said I was on the baseball team, and as it turned out, he was on deck with the bases loaded, nobody out, Tom Morton pitching. He was on deck. There's no way this guy's not going to hit. There's nobody out. So the coach, the Highland Park coach, puts in a freshman pinch runner on first, I guess hoping that his speed would help them win the game. Well, wrongly, the freshman tags up. He goes to second, and there's two guys on second base. And I just gave the punchline that Kenny Gillard told them both, "You're both out," and we won the game on a triple play. But now, 50 years later, we're here today with you, and we love our coach so much, Cliff Pierce, and we love all of our teammates. We were this close from being the Highland Park team. They hate their coach. He put in the pinch runner. They hate their freshman that screwed up on the bases. It all went wrong for them like that. And really, that could have happened to us. Once we were in first place in our division, we qualified to be in the state tournament. We had to win 3 games in Chicago, 3 games in Peoria. 4 of those 6 games, we won 4-3. So any one of those games, this would not have been happening. And Bob Nelson, you're not supposed to name names because you'll leave somebody out, but thank God for Bob Nelson. He came in and he just pitched lights out for us in a 12-inning game. And the games are normally 7 innings, as you know. So if the Cubs were playing in a game with 5 extra innings, it would have been like a 14-inning game. So it was really a pretty amazing streak for us. But let me now, and the bell's probably going to ring, but I just want to address now the students briefly. Why did we win? Why did we win? And for 50 years, I kind of thought, why did we win? We had great teachers like Miss Karsh. We had great coaches like Mr. Pierce. Some people said, well, they were really good defensively. But I looked at the box score of the Newton game, which was the quarterfinal, and this is going to step on some toes, but I'm not going to mention names. Around the horn, everybody made an error. Third, short, second, catcher. Everybody made an error. So we didn't win because we had great defense. None of our pitchers were lights-out pitchers. There were some pitchers that pitched in the state tournament that went to the major leagues. None of our players went to the major leagues. We didn't have lights-out. We had good pitching, but not lights-out pitching. Another player who's not here today that we should mention, Steve Jansen. he made a joke the other day. I was talking to him. He said, we're the only team that bunted our way to the state tournament because we couldn't hit, we really couldn't field, we couldn't pitch. But I'll tell you what we had, and this is my message to you guys, because you just see us, we're a bunch of old guys coming in. We were you, and you're us. Imagine us being you. 50, we were knuckleheads, like you look at your friends. We were knuckleheads 50 years ago, but we had something that was special. We had a chip on our shoulder because we were city kids, and you're all city kids. We were all city kids. There's a school down the street that I won't even name the name. I still don't like them. They had double the enrollment and all girls. Now I have 2 daughters that have played in sports and I'm happy now that Lane has girls. But double the enrollment, all boys. Basically, Lane should have won everything every year. They had 4 schools. It's like if Schurz and Foreman and Taft and pick another school. Steinmetz, you pick 4 schools together. It's an all-star team, okay? They should win every year. So we had a chip on our shoulder about them and about suburban schools too. Like we were told, you went to Chicago public school, your blue-collar families, you don't have the facilities, your uniforms don't look that great. I loved playing teams with great looking uniforms because we knew we were going to beat them. They were going to be soft. So, again, we were you. And you can do this. You can do this as we did it. But you know why we won? The chip on our shoulder that we used in a positive way. We all had a fire. We all had a fire in us. Strong personalities. Pete Domingue, who's the coolest guy on our team. Strong personality. Bob Nelson. Mike Roth, the toughest guy on our team. Tom Orden. We all had fire. And when we all put that fire together, whoosh! And that's how we won. We were all strong personalities. We had fun. We had soul. And which was the cool thing to say then. But you can do this. Abraham Lincoln lost 5 elections before he was elected president. You're going to lose a lot in your life. It's okay to lose. It's almost good to lose sometimes because then you get the experience to help you when you win. And I'll just end with 2 quick little stories. Mike Krzyzewski, who's a Chicagoan, who's the Duke coach. He went to Weber High School. He's 4 years older than us seniors. But he said once about a player that he had, Christian Laettner. Now, you younger guys, Christian Laettner is kind of like the Michael Jordan of Duke. He's probably the best player at Duke. And Coach K said about Christian Laettner, he said, he has a fire in him that he can heat this whole building. If we manage it right, he's got the fire that can heat the whole building, or it can burn the whole building down. So you all have fire in you. I'm looking at both sides, men and women. You all have fire in you. Use that in a positive way to do great things. You can use that fire, manage it in a great way, and don't let it eat you up. Some people let that fire eat them up inside, and they use it for excuses, like, we don't, things aren't working out, and we'll tell you, in 50 years, we've had all kinds of problems. Marital problems, career problems, health problems, legal problems, financial problems. What other kind of problems have we had? Problems with our kids. You're gonna lose, and you're gonna have problems. It's okay to lose. It's okay, and don't try to be perfect. In fact, it's better if you're not perfect, because you'll always be frustrated. Being in Miss Karsh's class, she always got me on something. I tried really hard to be good, but I could not be perfect, and she would catch me on it, but that was good, because then in life, I realized I'm just going to try to be good. So last thing I'm going to say is today is the 75th anniversary of D-Day. And when you're on a team, great things can happen if nobody cares who gets credit for the victory. And that's what happened with us. Just like at D-Day, when the Allied forces stormed France, and we won the war, and there were many people, you know, obviously the entire world won. It was the greatest battle in the history of the world. But there was a leader in Great Britain named Winston Churchill, and he was asked after the war to come to some la-di-da college in England, like Oxford or Cambridge or something like that. And they asked him to give like the address to talk to the graduates. So he gets up and they're expecting to hear this great wisdom from Winston Churchill. And he said 9 words, it's a true story, 9 words. People are nodding, they know what I'm about to say. He said, never give up, never give up, never give up. And it's a very simple message. It's a very simple message. If you only remember one thing from us old guys, never give up and use your fire to do great things. That's all I want.